Welcome, Climate Viewers. This is Jim Lee from ClimateViewer News at ClimateViewer.com, ClimateViewer.org, and WeatherModificationHistory.com. Today we're going to talk about ship tracks, thunderstorms, and chaff. Now, I was trolling my Twitter a little earlier today, and I had a little aha moment looking through my own website. And for some reason, this didn't click for me before when I did a video recently on the NEXRAD Chaff radar mystery. And I don't know why it slipped my mind. It's something I had done last year. But I think I got a link that you guys are going to really find interesting. So I got a little bit of news up front, and then we're going to get straight to the story. I just want to point out that everything you're about to see, everything on all three of my websites are Creative Commons, meaning you can use this material. It is free of charge. Just please give a link back to the original. And all I ask is that you support my work by giving a monthly donation on patreon.com/ClimateViewer or a one-time donation on PayPal or GoFundMe. It's always greatly appreciated and helps me continue to purchase new things to try to improve the services that I'm providing. Everybody, please subscribe to not only this channel, which is the user R3ZN8D or Resonated. It's the nickname I used to go by before anybody knew my real name. And subscribe to the new channel that's going to be having all of my new content coming up shortly. User/ClimateViewer. For all those that are coming over from Mike Morales's Above Ground World News, welcome to the show. I don't know if you've ever been here before, but Mike's a good buddy of mine, and of course I will gladly wait for him to get done to bring you this. But I'm going to try to sneak in before him for now on, because this is getting kind of late for me on the East Coast. He knows it too. So regardless, let's get to the news, and then let's get to the show. So basically tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Eastern Standard Time, Lee would love, thank you very much, love you too, love you, mean it. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be live on the Conspiracy Farm. They're going to be simulcasting it live on on YouTube and on Facebook, so you can check them out on either of those. One of the guys is an actor / voiceover actor, and the other guy is a UFC fighter, Hall of Famer. So this is going to be a great conversation. I don't know how much you guys know about me loving fighting, it's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about not only weather control, but 5G. So you don't want to miss this interview. It's going to be tomorrow live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune into that. It'll be on both their YouTube and their Facebook. What do we have here? In the news, I don't know how I missed this one, but Chengdu to launch artificial moon in 2020. The brightness of the artificial moon will be 8 times that of the real moon and will be bright enough to replace street lights. You can't make this stuff up. I wonder how this is going to affect weather and climate. It'll certainly be interesting to see. But between artificial moons, reflective mirrors in space, and solar-powered satellites, there's a lot that they're doing in space that's going to affect weather down here on the ground. And this may be one of those. We'll have to wait and see. But it's very Truman Show-esque, to say the least. For those who missed it, Project Veritas, Facebook insider leaks docs explaining deboosting, troll report, and political targeting and interview. This is a must freaking watch. For all of you who've ever felt like you were being censored, much like myself, I am very censored on Facebook. I have literally commented on posts hit the refresh button and see my comment was deleted. It never appeared. I see people share my content on their pages, but nobody on their pages can see the content. And then they're even messaging me going, it's like, I usually get 30, 50, 100 likes on anything I share. I share something of yours and not a single like, not a single share, not a single comment. And that's because they put you in the deboosting, troll category, or, deemed you to be a conservative, and I'm apolitical. I mean, if anybody's been watching my material for the last 7 years, I leave politics out of what I'm talking about because my personal politics have very little to do with people controlling the weather. And I'm going to stick to that because I'm trying to be as objective and be a reporter of just the facts. So regardless of my political beliefs, we should all agree that screwing with the weather is a bad thing. But when you find out that Facebook and YouTube, and we all have known this for the longest time, but now we have people who are actually starting to leak the behind the scenes. And it's really fascinating to see. Just to give you an example, I just did this video, which originally I put the New Green Deal. It's actually the Green New Deal. I've updated that after I did the live broadcast. But regardless, I went and I checked it earlier, and this is I don't know how many people have experienced this, but I've had a lot of people tell me, I've been unsubscribed from you. I go to your videos and they're not viewable. But there you have it. Now you see it, now you don't. That sort of stuff constantly going on. And it's not a conspiracy. It is big tech, being big brother. And it's always been that way. It's always going to be that way. So, anyway, that's just the way. That's the life I live right now. Censored. So there you go. Yeah, no, I flipped to the picture. I flipped to this picture real quick just to show you because I loaded the that video earlier and this is what occurred. So there you go. Can't make this stuff up. See, YouTube, same boat, constantly screwing with people. But regardless, that's not what we're here to talk about. That's my upfront news for this video. Let's get to what we're actually here to talk about, and that is ship tracks, lightning control, and chaff. You finally got a notification, Awaken Piss 2.0. Maybe it's because you're 2.0 and 1.0 didn't work, but oh no, I'm sure YouTube will be like, oh, well, we send so many emails, we really can't keep up with all these notifications. I mean, come on. It's, what do you expect us to do? But if the Young Turks were to put out a video, everybody would certainly get a notification. Just saying. If you did notice before, I've updated the ClimateViewer Maps website. It's at climateviewer.org. And my friend George just pointed out to me, he said, you do realize the Earth is spinning in the wrong direction. So before this video tonight, I corrected that problem. And now you can see that the Earth is spinning in the right direction. Don't hate flat earthers. We live on a round ball. It spins. Get over it. But regardless, oh Lord, this is from Mike's, I was watching Mike's video earlier. He talked about Arecibo. So, I, had this up. This isn't even supposed to be in this video, but there's the Arecibo heater. Let me get rid of that real quick. That's not what I expected. Okay. So ship tracks, here we are. These are the major shipping lines, around the globe. And as you can see, obviously most of them go over to Japan and China and then over to America and then over here, through the Mediterranean Sea and up into, Europe and all that. So these are the major ship tracks areas of the world where you're going to see them. And, you know, as Mike has pointed out in many of his videos, because he does, you know, daily shows, you know, where he's, you know, showing the idea, you know, that ship tracks are affecting the weather. I wanted to show you, you know, just some, you know, some other things you might want to consider when you're talking about this. So I'm going to bring up the ship tracks in question for today, and you can see them right here. And what you're going to see is there's these lines. Now, if you use just the regular satellite imagery, you know, you can make out the lines there, and they're pretty visible. You can see them right here in this area in like a crosshatch. And what you see over here is a lack of clouds. And what's happening is these things can oversaturate the sky. It's called overseeding. So if you put too many particulates into the air, you can actually shut off rainfall. Flat earthers, go fuck yourself in chat. I'm not going to debate flat earth. You know, do I really need to blow this up? Warning, no stupid people here beyond this point. So, you know, if you want to talk about flat earth, have a talk with your cult, you know, friends, and drink some fucking Kool-Aid, because this ain't the place to do that. Seriously, don't have time for that shit. All right, back to where we're at. And you may tune out now if you have a problem with me saying fuck or flat earth is fucking retarded. But regardless, if you... I'm grabbing the wrong thing here. They got me triggered. Anyway, so let's bring this up real quick. Let me turn this one off real quick. This is what it looks like when you highlight them with the 367 band. So this is before, and this is after. And as you can see, there is quite more to it than meets the eye, more than you can see normally, but it really highlights them even through the cloud banks right there, and even smaller ones in here. But what you're noticing is that where these ship tracks are occurring, which are in these major shipping lanes, that there's like no clouds at all right off the coast. And, you know, that's a big problem. Okay, this is one of the things that leads to the California drought situation, is ship tracks, the ship pollution, which brings us to our next thing. And I could go on and show you, thousands of examples. To view these, go to right here, NASA Gibbs satellites. Every single thing that's on NASA Worldview, which if you want to see NASA Worldview, you just go right here, and you can go to, it's the Earth Monitor link at the top, and you can hit NASA EODES Worldview, and it'll bring that up to, like, right there in ClimateViewer. So you can actually see all of that, same spot, but every single layer that's in NASA Worldview is already in ClimateViewer. So you don't really need to. But if you wanted to, you could. And same with, like, the Go 16, all of that. And as you can see, I've got a much faster connection than Mike. Poor guy's on satellite. I feel for you, brother, man. But regardless, all of that stuff, full screen pop-ups and all that. And then you just close it back out and you're right back where you were. That's the point of ClimateViewer 3D. But all of the stuff from the NASA is under NASA Gibbs satellite. So click on that. And then I'm under visual here. And once you click a subcategory, it'll show you previews of what each map looks like. I took pictures. That did not take a short amount of time. All right, so on to our next article. This is dated, what is this? July 22nd, 2018. Ship tracks, bunker fuel, dirty clouds, and blatant lies. Now, I did this kind of because I got triggered because Dane Wigington was saying that I proved the Earth is a ball. My God, you flat earthers, dude, seriously. You just can't help yourself, can you? The Earth is fucking round, man. The Earth is fucking round, man. It's fucking round. It's been round for the longest fucking time. You people are stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh Lord. Fucking trigger alert. Anyway. They're really the people that believe flat earth are not, brainy enough to understand science. And they are easily led astray. They have become a cult, and the entire purpose of the flat earth bullshit conspiracy is to make retards out of all of us so that nobody takes us seriously. That's why you have so many prominent YouTube channels that say things like, there's no such thing as jet fuel. Planes run on compressed air. And Dane Wigington saying in this video right here that climate geoengineering cover-up, geoengineering over our oceans, where he literally says, there's no such thing as even ship tracks. It's not even ships. Which, of course, triggered me, pissed me off, and then I made this article. And, of course, I went on to say that he stole my patent list, which led to more shenanigans with Dane Wigington. But, okay, we got it. Roger that, St. James. Moving along. So, ship tracks on ClimateViewer 3D. Sulfuric acid from aviation and ship tracks may be higher today than geoengineering SRM would require in 2020. Now, this is from 2014. So, this is the problem. David Keith, Ken Caldera, and all these guys that want to mimic volcanoes say they want to put a whole lot of sulfuric acid in the sky. And I've been saying since 2012 that they're already doing that. They've already put all this sulfur in the sky. They're going to put more in. That's the whole plan. So, this is from Oscar Escobar, great scientist, and, his original title, H2SO4, or sulfuric acid, from aviation may be higher today than what would be required for a geoengineering regime in 2020. And he wrote this in 2013. And, he goes on to quote what David Keith says, about 25,000 metric tons of sulfuric acid to cut global warming in half after 1 year. And consider what might happen if we started using stratospheric aerosol to ameliorate global heating. Even if it succeeds, it would not be long before additional problems of ocean acidification. Oh, by the way, all that acid rain is going to turn the oceans to acid, which will melt the coral reefs. That's a big problem. But what he does say is, given that by 1990, global aviation's annual contribution to the atmospheric sulfur budget by aircraft of 2.7 kilograms of H2SO4, and that by 2010, aviation emissions could have been up 110% compared to 1990 levels, it is safe to assume that by the year 2013, sulfuric acid by aircraft emissions is already at a level that would be required by 2020 for a geoengineering regime. In other words, geoengineering is way ahead of schedule. Okay? So, and David Keith admits that, all of this putting sulfur into the sky is going to kill tens of thousands, if not millions of people. By the way, it's going to change rainfall patterns worldwide. So, what Oscar Escobar is saying is basically, yes, they've been geoengineering, with bunker fuel. This is bunker fuel. So for those who don't know what creates, ship tracks, it's dirty bunker fuel. And I go into all the details on that. What is bunker fuel? You can read all that stuff. All of the links in this video I'll put them in a comment at the top and pin it to this video after the video, we're done here. But I guess I could drop this one in chat for you guys right now. Here you go. That's the first one. Stratocumulus Dex labs for inadvertent and planned cloud seeding. That's from the Weather Modification Conference. You can see that these are right here. I got these from the American Meteorological Society. I went to the last weather modification conference in January of last year. And I interviewed a bunch of scientists there. That was a whole lot of fun. But regardless, accidental geoengineering with ship tracks and contrails. This one really explains it all. So if you want to know more about it, you really got to watch this one. But let's check out this little video before we do that. Without the sound, because Lord knows I don't want to get a freaking copyright strike. And as you can see, let me get myself out of the way. This is kind of like double speak here. Basically they're trying to tell the entire ship industry, you got to stop using bunker fuel. But the people who want to geoengineer the planet, they don't like that. So there's the propaganda right there. If we stop using bunker fuel, oh my God, it could cost consumers an extra $240 billion by 2020. Oh, there's that magic number again. So why am I showing you this? Well, Goldman Sachs would say, in a single day, one cruise ship emits as much particulates as 1 million cars. But you people out there in the audience, you're to blame for global warming. Don't you know it? That's extra bullshit for another day. So regardless, they call it accidental geoengineering. And I published this on climatex.mit.edu. It got the most views of any article on their entire damn website, and then they deleted it. So it's no longer there. But regardless, it's still here. And the reason it's here is because MIT put out this. We're about to kill a massive accidental experiment in reducing global warming. And what they were talking about is, oh my God, if we stop using a forthcoming UN regulation will slash shipping industry pollution, but may also speed up climate change. So they were pretty upset that these ship tracks might go away. Now, why do you think that is? And I go into great detail in this, the reasons why. And it says right here, hodgepodge, love you, mean it. Flat earthers are part of the CIA PSYOP. Enough said, Jim. Thank you for ClimateViewer.org. And thank you for the super chat. Yeah, dude, it is the biggest PSYOP in history. It is the conspiracy to end all conspiracies. If you can believe the earth is flat, then you can believe that everything you've ever been told in your entire life is a lie. And it's the great undoing of common sense, as I like to call it. But love you, mean it. Appreciate that. So this is where the rubber meets the road with ship tracks, right here. Pulling out the stops, whatever. There is one thing that we do know can produce an appropriate amount of cooling power. The sulfate aerosol in the troposphere, as emitted from coal-fire-powered stations and from ship bunker fuel. This aerosol has offset CO2 warming by around 75% in the past century. There should be a temporary suspension of initiatives and regulations to suppress these emissions. While they are having a significant cooling effect in the northern hemisphere, unless human health is at risk, which it is. Action plan, interventions in Earth system. This is from the Arctic Methane Emergency Group Strategic Plan 2012. Try to maintain or even enhance the current cooling effect from currently emitted sulfate aerosols in the troposphere to mid to high northern latitudes. For example, the regulation to ban bunker fuel for ships should be relaxed while encouraging continued use of bunker fuel where resulting aerosol emissions might be beneficial. So, this is the Arctic Methane Emergency Group. AMEG. They're the ones who are preaching to world leaders that we need to geoengineer the planet to save us from the poles melting. They came up with something called the clathrate gun hypothesis, or the idea that dinosaur farts caused global warming and killed, which melted methane ice back during the days of the dinosaurs, which caused the methane clathrates to vaporize into the air, which caused runaway global warming. So that's where all of this comes from. It's called a clathrate gun hypothesis. Link right there in the video, in the article. You're going to have to do your homework. But that's where this all comes from. They went up to the poles. They took an ice column. They looked at this big straw-looking piece of ice, and they said, here's the dinosaurs. Here's a bunch of dinosaur farts. Here's a bunch of methane. Here's dead dinosaurs. Oh, my God. The cows are farting, and we're all going to have the same end as the dinosaurs. We got to stop all these dinosaur farts, and now we got AOC and the Green New Deal, to deal with. They literally have geoengineering patents for a plug to stick in a cow's asshole. You can't make this stuff up. It's on my geoengineering patents list. But anyway, moving along. We suggest, this is AMEG's John Neeson has called for the G20 to create a Manhattan Project to save the Arctic. An international project with the Manhattan Project's focus and intensity. I'm not going to read the entire thing to you, but it's about how black carbon is emitted from ships, how black carbon is the cloud condensation nuclei or cloud seed that makes ship tracks. The same is true with airplanes. Black carbon or carbon black dust, soot comes out of the back of planes, which makes clouds, which are filled with metals, which are loaded with sulfur, which end up in the stratosphere. It's very sciencey, but damn it, if you want to know the truth, you're going to have to do a little bit of reading. Otherwise, this video would be 23 hours long. Regardless, more details on all that. And there's Stephen Salter's Marine Cloud Brightening Boats. I've got an interview set up with Dr. Stephen Salter. We go way back. Regardless, MIT, we're about to kill a massive accidental experiment in reducing global warming by slashing, bunker fuel. And, Goldman Sachs, of course, would have you believe that that's a big freaking problem because the ripple effects for refining chemicals, mining industry, everybody should watch out. Goldman Sachs. It's fear porn bullshit. Anyway, so what does this ship tracks have to do with lightning? Well, this is pretty darn interesting. Map shows that lightning follows shipping lanes. As it turns out, particles in ship exhaust increase the likelihood and intensity of thunderstorms. Really cool fact I had never considered. Me either. I mean, I had never considered this fact. Then I saw the map and I was like, well, get the F out of here. You got to be kidding me. Look at that. So, did a little bit more digging on that, and turns out this came from Reddit. No link attached to it. Had to do a little more digging. Ship exhaust makes oceanic thunderstorms more intense. This is from fizz.org. Oh, I forgot to drop this link for you guys in chat. Love you, mean it. Here you goes. That's the accidental geoengineering. That's one of the most important articles I've ever written. And it's extremely well referenced. Back over here. Where were we? We were here. Alright. Good Lord, cookies. Go away. So, lightning behind an aircraft carrier on the Strait of Malacca. Anyway, new research finds lightning strokes occurred nearly twice as often directly above heavily trafficked shipping lanes in the Indian Ocean and South China Sea year-round from 2005 through 2016. Well now. So let me get this straight. Not only are they making clouds that are affecting the climate, it's affecting the electricity in those clouds. this gets interesting. So this got me to thinking about some things. Another one right here. New Scientist. Lightning storms triggered by exhaust from cargo ships. Boom. So I was thinking about this, and I said, why, how does this relate to what they got to be doing something about this. There's got to be something's not right here. And then it happened. I found one of my own old articles, and I was thunderstruck by an idea. So recently I had covered this article, the NEXRAD Doppler radar and Chaff mystery. And for some reason, when I made the video, I didn't even think about it. Like it had completely blown my mind, like I had covered this already. But people have been seeing these chaff drops all over the United States. And we'll hop back to ClimateViewer 3D for a second. So let me close some of this stuff out real quick, just for a second. Bear with me 1 second. So we're going to go back home to the good old US of A. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn on the NEXRAD radars. There they are. And we're going to turn on, let's go up here and go to weather and go to rain and snow and turn on the actual NEXRAD radar. Alright, and then scroll top and let's go make it black because everything looks cooler in black. So, interestingly enough, there's our laser beams. They were seeing these blobs, kind of look like this, these big bands of rope, okay? Really weird stuff. Here's a couple right here. See this stuff? Really weird stuff. So, could it be that that they're dropping chaff to stop thunderstorms? Why would they do that? And then I realized that, they're talking about it right here. Appears to be chaff also showing up on southern Florida radar. Big plumes of chaff. Well, there's been a lot of talk about lightning control to protect military and dangerous facilities. If ship tracks and airplane exhaust can increase the likelihood of thunderstorms, and chaff could be used to stop thunderstorms, then we might have something. So I looked back through my own damn article, and you wouldn't believe what I found. Because I go through a lot of stuff, and I remember everything I read. And sometimes I forget that I wrote some stuff down. It happens to everybody, right? So I'm looking at this, and this has some history to it. And you can, of course, see that at weathermodificationhistory.com. Project Skyfire, preventing forest fires with cloud seeding. So back in the day, they were trying to, the possibilities of modifying lightning storms in the northern Rockies by Vincent Schaefer. Project Skyfire. This is from the 60s, guys. Okay? 1956 through 67. Alright, Project Skyfire. I'll drop links in chat. This is the Thunderstruck article, so you guys can see all this stuff. So, what else do they got? Cloud ionizers. WHIP protects infrastructure with metal palm trees. What? These are cloud ionizers, something I've covered very often. And what you got right here is a cloud ionizer umbrella above the waste isolation pilot program. What is it called? WHIP? What's Waste Isolation Pilot Plant in Carlsbad. So what they're doing is they're literally putting these up, these cloud ionizers, to protect a nuclear waste facility from lightning strikes. Okay? So, that's not all they're doing to protect places like this where they have MOX fuel, where they have biological weapons, where they have all kinds of, military, industrial, secret shit that they don't want getting struck by lightning. And the possibility that lightning can be steered with laser beams, oh, that's a serious possibility. So chaff. What does chaff have to do with any of this? Performing electronic countermeasures in the United States and Canada. I covered this in the video on this article here. So if you want to hear me read all the stuff about chaff, you got to watch that one. I'm not going to do it in this video. But regardless, back to the story. Chaff, they got things like rope chaff, big photo, ground photo, buzzer, stream chaff, burst chaff. These are the actual military terms for the type of chaff. Yeah, the WIP actually had a leak recently, and now they're protecting it with the freaking cloud ionizer umbrella things. Pretty freaking nuts, if you ask me. I keep dragging my open broadcaster instead of my screen, but this cloud ionizers, I've got a lot of information on cloud ionizers if you guys want to ever dig into that. These are all the different companies that use cloud ionizers. I'll drop the link in chat for that. For those who are not familiar with even the term cloud ionizer. Climate Control Global Trading LLC, our next Rad Steering Hurricanes, Geoengineering and Diamond Dust, the article we're talking about right now, Acquiesce, Blue, the David Miles interview I just recently did, all of that stuff. World First, electric cloud seeding via drones in the United Arab Emirates. How Texas Stole California's Rain. Mike Morales talks about that one a lot. And the granddaddy of them all, cloud ionization. Electric rainmaking and laser-guided weather modification. This is where you go if you want to learn about cloud ionizers. It's my first really big article on all the companies in 2014 that were doing it. But basically, the idea is to release negatively charged ions, and apparently they can use that for screwing with thunderstorms to try to to protect national security infrastructure. So, how do I know that? Lightning suppression, definition by American Meteorological Society. Seeding below cloud base with 10 centimeter fiber chaff in Colorado study resulted in corona discharges that caused a discharging current to flow within the developing or active thunderstorms. Electric fields below thunderstorms seeded with chaff decayed much faster than electric fields below non-seeded storms, and chaff seeding of existing thunderstorms greatly reduced cloud-to-ground flashes compared to non-seeded storms. That's right there from glossary.americanmeteorological.society.org/wiki/lightning suppression, which I backed up. It may still be there, but who knows? But this is the big link that people are missing. Lightning suppression with chaff. So that's probably got a lot to do with why we're seeing so many chaff dumps all over America. And, I didn't include that in my video, when I was covering this whole chaff mystery. And I'm going, how the hell did I forget to include this? So, all right, here's the big picture right now that we're looking at. Ship tracks can create thunderstorms. Ship tracks are made with bunker fuel. They increase cloud, lightning. They decrease rainfall. They can lead to flood, drought conditions on the West Coast, which lead to all the forest fires on the West Coast. They electrify the sky, clearly. And that chaff from the military can be used to screw with it. New York Times weather modification future. There are also indications that by injecting into thunderclouds metallized chaff like that used for jamming radio signals, it is possible to reduce lightning bolts. Environmental warfare is another distinct threat to our fellow beings. One day soon we may learn how to direct typhoons to trigger earthquakes and tidal waves and microwaves that hurt humans. But we have all that today. This is from New York Times 1978. Out of their archives. So, yes, that's all a reality today. National Science Foundation Weather Modification Report. Experiments have also been conducted to check the feasibility of discharging a thundercloud by corona current generated at sharp points of chaff needles. I mean, there you have it, guys. 1997, NOAA National Severe Storms Laboratory, 97. Chaff released from fighter planes may suppress lightning and thunderstorms. This stuff is not easy to find. But this is why there's NOAA Magazine, Disarming a Thunderstorm. There you have it. So, I think that you guys get the picture. The story for today is that people have been trying to control the weather forever, and that's why we created Weather Modification History. This is a Google patent, chaff released by rockets, and the idea to screw with thunderstorms. So, U.S. Air Force cloud seeding with fibers, 1975 video from the Associated Press. Not going to play that. They'll copyright strike me. You'll have to watch it on the article. Chaff photos by ESA Research Labs, NOAA Magazine. But regardless, that's what's going on here. That's why we have this NEXRAD radar chaff mystery. That's why people are seeing these chaff dumps into storms that they are probably trying to protect their facilities. What facilities might we be talking about? I'm going to do this one just because this just hit me in the head. So bear with me 1 second. We'll see this real quick. What is it? Chemtrails, calmatives. There it is. Biological weapons, calmatives, and terrorism. So if you're wondering what they might be trying to protect, you might want to see this. Let me go over here. Going down. Not going to talk about that. Chemical weapon trails, calmatives, like the gay bomb, the Joint Non-Lethal Warfare Weapons Directorate, JNLWD. This is Narco Airways, where they have an incapacitator generator spraying calmatives inside a plane. Chemtrails in the plane, not coming out of it. But you can't make this stuff up. The gay bomb. But this is what I wanted to talk about right here. So, what's my link to? This is to the actual PDF. Why not? Let's just do that. And this. So, here we go, people. These are the types of places that they might be trying to protect from thunderstorms, because they're pretty important to them. So, a peek inside the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate's Chemical Weapons Program. There you go. This is from the sunshineproject.org. This website is deleted. I pulled all this from Wayback Machine. This website was loaded with stuff you cannot find anywhere else. I found a lot of stuff that's really important on there. And as you can see, this is one of them. And this next one's even better. Oh, what is that? There's their notice. February 1st, 2008, Sunshine Project suspending operations. Don't know why it didn't bring up the PDF. Why? Biodefense. Why did it not bring up my PDF? Where's my damn PDF? Wayback Machine. So let's go back to it, and I'll just bring up the picture. Open image in a new tab. And we'll blow that up because I already took a picture of it. So, red equals biosafety level 4. Red with a blue dot, biosafety level 4 under construction. Yellow, biosafety level 3, operational. Blue little helmet is construction. These right here, PF, bioweapons agent production facility. My damn head's right over top of it. Let me look over here. So, classified and or secretive research facilities, where all these little squares with the little dudes are. So, there's a whole lot of places where they might be wanting to do some lightning suppression over a building that has some national security concerns that they don't want shot with a lightning bolt. And there you go. That's why we have Chaff showing up on radar all over the United States. Oh, by the way, ship tracks and airplanes can increase thunderstorms. And apparently, according to the Department of Defense, the National Science Foundation, and all the other people who've been experimenting with the weather, this is just weather modification history to them. So if you want to learn more about history of weather control, go to weathermodificationhistory.com, because those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. Check out our interactive timeline where you can see the history of weather control dating back to the 1800s. All of these are filled with references and images of real chemtrails, real weather control, geoengineering, the thunderstorm solar-powered satellite, all this stuff, the Department of Homeland Security Hurricane Modification Workshop, and we have newspapers that range from 1800 to present, and you can't find this stuff anywhere else on the internet, let alone in one place. Come over to ClimateViewer.org, and you can see all this stuff in real time. Come down here and, see all the little laser beams and chem drops. We have two different versions of the NEXRAD on here, the Ridge 2 Mosaic and the base reflectivity. And to show you the difference between the two, this is what the Weather Channel shows you. Okay? Looks pretty darn clear. This is what it actually looks like. And if you're going to see that, see our laser beam, base reflectivity, and now she's gone. So that's why you don't see this stuff on TV, and you need multiple sources in order to be able to see it, and that's why I created ClimateViewer 3D, is for that specific purpose, so that you can actually see the full picture. So you check that out. That's at climateviewer.org. This is under the rainfall category and alerts and weather. And, all you got to do is get in here and start playing with it. You will figure it out. Each one of these also has a page devoted directly to it. So if you click the information icon, it will take you to that page and load that up as well. So you can see that with the same controls. This is just a flat map. And then you can switch to the 3D globe. So, flat earthers, rejoice. I do have a flat map. It is flat as hell. It is so flat that it can't be any flatter. So for all you flat earthers out there, don't feel left out. Just click on ClimateViewer Mobile. It is not round. It is flat. And may you have a flat and wonderfully flat day. But this story today was about electricity, cloud creation. Steve Mercer, I love you, mean it every time, dude. Appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate everybody in chat tonight. I've been watching pretty diligently the chat and trying to. I'm sorry that I usually only respond to the people who pissed me off, because I'm easily triggered right now. And like I said when I was watching Mike Morales' live stream earlier, I'm a little bit on edge because I'm getting pissed off a lot lately. But anyway, Smokey says, keep it green. So let's all try to keep it real green out there and keep it less mean. So to all you spherically imbalanced people, no hate, none but love for you. We got a flat map for you too. It's called ClimateViewer Mobile. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about how chaff is related to thunderstorm mitigation, and how the military may be using chaff to screw with the weather. So there you have some factual evidence, something that you probably never seen anywhere else. I had this aha moment earlier today when I was looking at my Twitter feed, and somebody had brought up the subject and they were talking about the lightning, and I went, wait a minute, I know I've covered this. I know damn well I've covered this, and went through my own website and decided, I really need to put these three together for you guys, because obviously if the ship tracks can affect thunderstorms in the ocean, if the planes can do the same because they have the exact same problem, they both create carbon black dust, they are loaded with metals, they change the electrical conductivity of the sky, that this is, you're a flat tard. And I'm a chemtard, so we're all in the same boat, But seriously, no stupid people beyond this point. We really got to get educated on this stuff, because this is a serious topic, and people screwing with the weather is definitely serious, regardless of your political beliefs and regardless of whether you think the world is flat or round. People should care about people screwing with the weather, and that's why I have come up with the Environmental Modification Accountability Act, to bring transparency to all of this, so that when people are screwing with the weather, at least we will know in advance. And if they go and they screw things up and kill people or destroy your home, you can sue them in a court of law. And that is available at climateviewer.com/NMOD. That's ENMOD. Please check it out. It is a working revision at this moment. I have a representative from the state of Washington. He's a congressman, and several other individuals currently working on this, trying to draft a fully legal version of it, and then we need to take it to the State Department. But I want to make sure that it is tighter than Flipper's a-hole before we ever try to get it put into law, because I don't want anybody weaseling their way out of this one. So that's why it's taken so long. That, and I'm almost done with my dental issues. I've got about 3 more weeks, and I should have my new grill in. Really looking forward to that. But regardless, love you guys, mean it. I appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Please hit the like button. If you didn't catch the live stream, leave a comment. Please remember to donate if you can. I always appreciate that, and it keeps me going. And subscribe to the channel you're watching right now. Hit the bell. It may or may not work. Only time will tell. But also subscribe to my new channel, /user/ClimateViewer, because that's where my new videos are going to appear. It'll be a cuss-friendly. You can send this to your senator zone, where I pretty much start from scratch. Up to about 300 videos on this channel right now, and 16,000 plus subscribers. But there are a lot of new people who don't see the big picture, don't even know the basic fundamentals of all this. And I want to make some very short videos where I break it down step by step. So it's going to be kind of like a classroom, where you can have chemtrails for dummies. What's the difference between a contrail, a persistent contrail, a cirrus cloud, a sounding rocket, a chemtrail from space, a chemtrail from a comative, chemical weapons? What's the difference, man? So I'm going to, really break it down into like little educational pieces where it's very short videos, so that people can figure out what the fuck is going on. Because these longer videos, they're only for, the very dedicated few. And, I appreciate you guys the most because, you know, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So the people that actually make it to the end of these videos, you're the dedicated few, and you can change the world, and we're doing that by getting this information out there. And I hope that you guys will all continue to share and support my work, and you know, make sure that others learn about this stuff, you know, because I'm going to do this as long as I can. I plan on doing it forever. But you know, it's really on you to spread the word, because me sharing it on Facebook goes nowhere. Me sharing it on my Twitter, it goes nowhere. You know, I am in the, you know, deboosted bunker hole, penguin. They call Google as penguin. Anyway, you know, I'm in that little censor bucket, and it's, you know, only through people spreading the word by word of mouth. I'm going to be creating some flyers and some template article, like, you know, things that you can email to your senator or to a scientist in the future. But I'm going to try to make shorter videos on the other channels so that all these people that don't have a very long attention span, they can play along too. And it'll be, you know, a very, I'm going to have to work on this, stupid free videos to really help out people. You know, say, here's just the nuts and buts, not the long version. Jim didn't cuss one time. I can send this to my grandma. And I'm going to dumb it really down, you know, keep it simple, stupid. And, you know, basically kind of recover all of the facts. Plus, I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of scientists in the near future. Chris Fallon, the director of HARP, I'm interviewing him. The people from weathergenerator.net, Climate Control Global Trading LLC, even the Darth Vader of chemtrails, Mick West, I look forward to interviewing him. That's a long time coming, because me and Mick go like 8-9 years back. But he's agreed to, at least, you know, we'll see if he shows up. But, you know, and Dr. Steven Salter from the Marine Cloud Brightening Project, I'm working on him too right now to get him to agree to an interview. But regardless, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. And, you know, we will break through, and we will educate everybody on this topic till there is either a solution and, you know, or people just agree, to hell with it, you know. I mean, it's really up for the people to decide, and I'm just going to present the facts, and of course to throw my opinion in there. I think that there shouldn't be any weather modification at all, and I think geoengineering should be banned. But, you know, at the end of the day, there are a lot of robots out there, and they got their heads smashed to their little cell phones, and they really don't care about anything. So it's going to take a lot of dedicated people to change this situation. So you dedicated people out there in chat, I appreciate you very much. Remember that this has been an information video. It's about facts. And knowing is half the battle. And with information comes power, and with power comes great responsibility. So all I ask is that you use this information, you link back to the original, you know, it's free of charge. And above all else, that you remember to attack ideas, not people. Love you, mean it.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code.
Better than anything you can get without a prescription. Anything. It's the best.